everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. In preparation for Don't Breathe 2 that premieres on Friday, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what we know of the movie so far. We're gonna get into all that in just a second here, but first I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description below. Alrighty, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise and Sinclair.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
But sometimes that is better.
So Don't Breathe from 2016 was directed by Fede Alvarez, who's coming back to produce this time around. He also is the same guy that directed the Evil Dead remake from 2013, personally one of my favorite remakes of all time. The original film was produced by Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert, also horror veterans. Sam Raimi kind of being the bigger one there, obviously. Now, the original film was written by Rodo Sayegues and co-written by Alvarez as well, but this time around for Don't Breathe 2, Rodo Sayegues is actually going to be directing. Personally, I think that's really cool that he went from just writing the last movie to now he's actually directing this new film. That's so dope to me. That I don't think that's happened too many times in horror franchises. I can't think of too many other scenarios where that's happened. Maybe it has happened a whole bunch. I just can't think of anything just off the top of my head. Super cool right there. Now, the only returning cast member from the first film to this new film is Stephen Lang, who's of course going to be portraying the blind man again. All of the other characters from the first film are either dead or Jane Levy, who I don't think wants to be in this new movie. There's been some weird drama behind this film recently. She actually tweeted something out about how Fede Alvarez just treated her pretty negatively on the set of the original Don't Breathe, so she didn't want to come back for the second film. She didn't say anything that the guy abused her or anything like that. It was just she didn't really want to come back for the second film. Alvarez has also said stuff in the past about how he really wants to push his actors to a point where they can give a great performance. The guy's kind of giving me some Stanley Kubrick vibes. I mean, look, I don't know, I wasn't there, I can't really comment so much on this. This is just based off of a few things I've read. So the whole thing's a little weird. I don't really know if the sequel was actually plans to have Jane Levy in it at any point. I don't know how the blind man would get to where California or wherever they were going at the end of the original Don't Breathe. I don't really it kind of seemed like that was open and shut case. If they were to do a sequel, it would follow the blind man doing something else. You know what I mean? So to me, it's not really make or break that Jane Levy comes back for a sequel. I love her. She's a fantastic actress. I think she's great in both Don't Breathe and the original Evil Dead. Well, not the original Evil Dead, the remake of the Evil Dead. But did she need to come back for the sequel? I kind of want to see new characters face off against the blind man. Now, the trailer for this new movie came out a little while ago, and basically all I had to say about it was that, yeah, it looks pretty dope. There's some really cool shots, especially that one where the blind man's laying in this puddle of water and he feels the ripples in the water of someone walking towards him, and he gets up, he knows someone's there because of that. That's really cool. After rewatching the trailer a couple times though, I've noticed it kind of gives away a lot of the kills in this movie. And if you remember from that original film, there weren't too many kills. So we see 3 or 4 people die in certain ways in this trailer. It's kind of getting me worried that maybe this trailer just gave away all the kills from the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, super inventive and fucked up ways to kill people, but you really showed all of those kills in the trailer. I'm pretty sure that's all the kills that are going to be in this movie. So that's a little disappointing if we don't get any more than that. I was really hoping for some really shocking stuff. The super glue kill is obviously my favorite because wow, that's fucked up, but I'm pretty sure the trailer just spoiled all the kills in this new movie. So a little disappointing. Maybe avoid the trailer if you haven't seen it yet. Just go into this film blind. There also has been some controversy about if the blind man is being portrayed as the good guy this time around, which I'm not gonna lie, the trailer kind of makes it seem like that. The director took to Twitter and actually said, no, he is absolutely not being portrayed as the good guy. And if you remember from that original film, it didn't really make out either sides to be the good guys. The burglars or the blind man, it didn't really make them seem like either or were the protagonists in the situation. Hopefully the sequel carries that same energy where it's kind of just two really negative forces coming head to head and seeing what happens there. With a lot of brutal kills and twists along the way, of course. But I think the most important thing about a Don't Breathe sequel is capturing that same fast-paced energy that the original one had. That it did so well. It's easily one of the best thrillers that have come out in the past 10 years. I hope that it captures that same energy that the original film had. It's only 89 minutes long, it's super fast-paced, and it's there's never a boring moment. There's never a moment where you're oh, okay, I'm gonna check my phone real quick through this scene. No, it is fast-paced. There's constantly something happening on screen. Hopefully the second film can do that as well. It's mostly the same people doing this that were doing the original film, so honestly, I think it's going to be be pretty dope. I'm very excited to see it. I don't think it's going to be as good as the original film. The director actually said in a recent interview when he was talking about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that they're producing that he thinks that this new one is better than the original. To me, that's just something that a director would say about any sequel that they're making. That when they also did the first movie, they're like, oh, the sequel's definitely better than the original. Make sure to check it out. I feel like anyone would say that about a sequel to their movie. So I don't really know if this movie's going to be better or not. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be a really fun sequel. Is it super necessary that we needed a sequel to Don't Breathe? I mean, that's a big maybe. I'm excited for it nonetheless. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be action-packed. It's going to fill my body with adrenaline, and that is really all I can ask for from a good horror film. But the real question here is, are you excited about Don't Breathe 2? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all for watching my new video on Don't Breathe 2. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am most active on my Twitter though, so make sure to follow me there at KillJoyJake1. Check out my Patreon by clicking on the link in the description below. You see an extra video every week. I do little review videos of weird horror films you might not have seen, and I also have a podcast there where I'll talk about like a whole bunch of crazy horror topics. The link for that is in the description below. Thank you all again for watching. Make sure to go see Don't Breathe 2 this weekend, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.